Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
Nina can't code.
Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
Nice.
So you're saying we can all
Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream here today. And we are getting started here on the first of 4 commentaries over the next 48 hours, kicking it off with the Detroit Red Wings and the Vegas Golden Knights. It is a first-time Watch with Nordic matchup here tonight live from Little Caesars Arena. How's it going? Glad to see everybody here in the chat. We're going to start off with Detroit honoring Patrick Kane for setting the NHL record for most points amongst an American-born skater. Showing up here on my screen. I guess they haven't been home since then. They were on that road trip. What's up, MSU fan? What's up, Rick? Yes, sir. Right on time you are. So let's talk about the game here. Starting goaltenders is what I want to start off with, obviously. And we got some time here, so I'm going to take my time because they got to do the ceremony for Patrick Kane here. The starting goalies here tonight. Adin Hill in net for the Golden Knights, at least the projected starting goaltenders. I'm probably wrong, but anyway. 12 games played, 8-2-2 record, a 2.83 goals against average, and a .889 save percentage tonight. Rick, we're doing the Kraken later tonight. That's the 10 p.m. commentary. That'll be later tonight. So Adin Hill, 889 save percentage in live commentary streams. Cam Talbot, just 5 commentaries prior to this one. 1-2-2, a 1.8 goals against average, and an 889 save percentage with the Detroit Red Wings. So again, we got some time here before we get started with the game here. So we'll go over the lineup and standings as well. So we'll go over the Golden Knights projected lineup here, and there is a little bit of a fix to this. Cole Smith is going to be in the lineup tonight. I am assuming in replacement of Raphael Lavoie. Looking through my list here. Yes, he is here in the lineup in replacement of Raphael Lavoie. So the lineups go as follows. It's going to be Barbashev, Eichel, Smith. Or I'll just read off the guys who are starting tonight. You have Eichel, Sissons, Dorofeev, Smith, Saad, Cole Smith making his Golden Knights debut, Cole Reinhardt, Braden Bowman, Tomas Hertl, Ivan Barbashev, Keegan Colasar, and Mitch Marner on the forward core. On the back end, you have Braden McNabb, Rasmus Anderson, Jeremy Lazone, Caden Korzak, Noah Hannafin, and Shea Theodore on the backside of the defense. And then in net, you have Adin Hill in the starter's mound, and the backup is Akira Schmid. On the other side then for Detroit, you have Andrew Kopp, James Van Riemsdyk, Mason Appleton, Lucas Raymond, Michael Rasmussen, JT Comfort, Emmett Finney, Dominic Shine in the lineup tonight, Dylan Larkin, Patrick Kane, Marco Casper, and Alex DeBrincat. Defensemen, you have Ben Sherratt, Albert Johansson, Jacob Bernard Docker, Axel Sandin Pelika, Moritz Seider, and Simone Edvinsson. And then your goaltenders who are starting here tonight, you have Cam Talbot in the starter's mound with Sebastian Cossa as the backup who was called up on emergency protocol. Still doing the video tribute here to Patrick Kane. You can see some tears in his eyes. Pretty emotional moment going on right now as I'm talking to you. Cossa on the bench for Red Wings due to John Gibson injury. Yep. Respect the Leaping Panther. This beats anything on the news. Thank you. Yeah, news isn't that great, is it? Anywho. So yeah, they're doing a little thing here for Kane showing off his points. We commentated a couple of these games where he was nearing the milestone. But yeah, people forget it was nearly a month ago at this point when he broke the record. But obviously not being at home, prevents them from properly celebrating it. So again, I do want to address the elephant in the room. There are trades that are currently developing supposedly as we are, looking at this. So we heard Colton Parayko could be on the way to Buffalo. That could be a trade that is currently happening as of right now. And then Mackenzie Weegar apparently off to Calgary. To Utah. Now, the return that I've heard for Parayko, and I've waited to make the video on it because it's not 100% confirmed and Parayko has to still accept the trade. It looks like it's going to be Reddy, Murtka, and a first-round pick, and I love that. I think that is phenomenal. I think that's a great return for St. Louis. I don't know the exact term or the exact, what more it's going to be if there is more. But I love it for St. Louis off of that perspective. The only thing that is stalling that trade from happening is Colton Parayko has to accept it. So we may not hear about this trade actually coming into fruition until tomorrow. But I have the thumbnails and everything ready to go to make the video. It'll probably come in between streams. I probably won't make it during streams unless if something blockbustery happens. And the same goes for Weegar. The only thing I can tell you on Weegar is that Olli Mata is looking like he is going back to Calgary on this deal. That's about it, though. I really haven't heard anything else. I'm kind of still waiting. I'll be checking my Twitter feed or X feed throughout the stream, and I'll give you guys updates on trades if there's any. Again, we've had a couple of trades break here on stream. I don't think anything will beat that Mikko Rantanen trade. That was pretty nuts. But regardless of that, that was like a year ago at this point. Regardless of that, I will keep you guys updated on if there are any new trades or any new developments on trades that we already heard of. But thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. I would greatly appreciate it. And the Patrick Kane ceremonies are still moving along here as his wife and his mother and his family were handed flowers. Now they're going to take a nice little picture. And again, it's moments like this that are just so sweet and so cool to see. Red Wings play the Panthers Friday at 7, so any moves Detroit makes will happen tomorrow. Yeah, probably. I think we'll see another handful of moves tomorrow, but we're still waiting on yeah. All right, now we're heading to the commercial break. All right. Puck drop coming up after this commercial break. Thank you all for sticking in here. I greatly appreciate it. I didn't know the Patrick Kane stuff was going on. I should have known, but it's all right. Not a big deal that I'm live for an extra couple minutes. Hope you guys' days are going well and such. Don't expect the Wings to make a major move. I haven't seen the Red Wings make a blockbuster since the trade since 2021. Yeah, and even that wasn't even that crazy. In terms of like, what that trade brought. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be an interesting one. I don't think the Red Wings should do much. You never know. You could fall out of this completely. And if you are gonna make a move, be conservative. Don't aggressively buy into it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Just gotta see how the rest of the season goes. But they're in a playoff spot. It would take a massive collapse. Thank you, Rick. So I think I feel like with Talbot and that, Vegas probably should win, but the Red Wings have the Red Wings are still a very good team. This will be a good game. This will be a good game, that's for sure. It did involve that Kosa pick, that's true. Think the Panthers can scratch their way in, or is it over? I fear it's over. I fear it's over. I think it really comes down to their game tomorrow. They take on the Blue Jackets, I believe. I think it comes down to that game tomorrow and how that transues. Because if they win tomorrow, then they're somewhat in a position. But if they lose tomorrow to a... why am I blanking? If they lose to a team that is in their own conference, a team that they're trying to chase, I fear it may be over. And I fear, like I saw today, AJ Greer's on the market supposedly. Maybe you just trade the guys you can and reevaluate next year. I think maybe it wouldn't be a horrible idea to just kind of bottom out here and get a top pick. You're telling me Florida wouldn't want a top pick? That'd be awesome. Unless you want to count the Valeno to Chicago, that's not even close to a blockbuster. No, it's probably the Mantha and Verano one that comes closest. Yeah, the math stops working soon as well. And it looks like we have an update here on another trade that is currently transuing. The Oilers and the Blackhawks are working on another trade. Jason Dickinson looks like is heading to the Edmonton Oilers. But anyway, we don't want to talk about that. We got to talk about this one here tonight as we get ready for puck drop. Coming up in just a moment, starting goaltenders on both sides. It is Adin Hill versus Cam Talbot in the second of two matchups between these two teams this season. The first matchup came in early November, where the Golden Knights won that one 1-0, and we'll see how this one transues. It's the Red Wings versus the Golden Knights, and we are underway. Faceoff is won here by Detroit. Sherratt pass back down low. Johansson tried to feed it ahead to center. It's banked off the boards then by Van Riemsdyk down low. Now grabbing it behind the net, Adin Hill will try and flip it to center. It's kept in by Detroit. Finney battling forward on the right side. Dominic Shine out there on the ice trying to move that puck. Now Rasmus Andersson steals it back for the Golden Knights defense. He will clear it down low into the Detroit zone. In the corner now, trying to throw a pass in front there was Bowman. It's kicked out by the Red Wings to center. Grabbing it then is Lazone on the right side, trying to dump that one down low. And Vegas forced to regroup in their own zone as we pass through the first minute of play here in this opening period. Shea Theodore back into the zone now. Dorofeev tried to dump that one into the zone. He was offsides with 19:11 to go. And again, you take a look at these two teams and where they fare in the standings. You look at, first off, Detroit, and that's a team that is trying to, gain as much points as they can here as we head down the stretch and try and get themselves in a playoff spot. The Golden Knights find themselves first place in the Pacific currently, but they have two teams that are chasing their tail very, very fast. Here's a shot from up top by Seider, denied by Hill on the right side now. It's up top Bowman. Cross-ice pass ahead then for Korzak. Puck is chipped down low into the Red Wing zone. Seider battling for it now with Bowman. Moritz Seider will try and clear. Eichel keeps it in now up top. He'll drop it back down low. Bowman tried to feed a pass to Barbashev. Stolen back then by the American-born skater Patrick Kane. He will dump that one down low into the Golden Knights zone. It's grabbed by Korzak with 18:25 to go. Dropping that one off the boards then. Mitch Marner over then for Noah Hannafin. It's chipped down low into the Red Wing zone. Johansson in the corner trying to poke check that one ahead. Monahan in front. They score! Riley Smith opens up the scoring. A pass down low from Mitch Marner. And Detroit has struck, Vegas has struck first. It's 1-0. Off to a harsh start, my God. What a pass up top, down low from Mitch Marner. And Riley Smith scores his 11th goal of the season, gets it just under the pads of Cam Talbot. It kind of just slips in there. And it is now a 1-0 lead for the Golden Knights. Yeah, so I'm going to be a little bit behind because the stream is generally behind itself. It's not something that I can control. Puck is dumped down low then into the Red Wing zone. 18 minutes to go here in the opening period. It is now a 1-0 lead for Vegas early. Here's Hurdle down low. Pass up top then. Korzak shoots it on. Tipped in front and out of play with 17:50 remaining. Yeah, so it'll be a little bit delayed. That's not because of me. That's because of the actual stream itself. That is what it is. I just got to deal with it, I guess. Shots are 1-1 here to open up this first period. It is a 1-0 lead for the Golden Knights as they scored off their first shot. Faceoff coming up here now yet again in the Detroit zone. It's won by the Red Wings. Sherratt down low then to Bernard Docker. Will clear this one up to center. Battling for now at the line is Hannafin and Appleton. It's picked back up then by Detroit. Here's Sherratt down the right side. Circles around. Pass up top. Finney looks. Fires it. Saved by Hill. Hurdle gets it back now below the goal line. Will bank it down low then for Hannafin. Hannafin will feed it to center. Grabbing it then, or at least trying to, is Brandon Saad. Stolen back then by Detroit. Cleared down low. Talbot off the boards. Back for Appleton. Mason Appleton will pick this one up. Chip it off the boards down low. Now JBD will break this one through center. He'll end up looping it around and regrouping in his own zone. Raymond to Comfer. Comfer will dump it down low. Aiden Hill back over then for Anderson. To the right side as Comfer tried to keep it in. Keegan Colasar will pick that one up down low. Now Lazone hit in front. Shine picks it up for the Red Wings. Will clear it around behind the net. Comfer picks it up down low. Back over to JVR. James Van Riemsdyk, longtime NHLer as well. Pass up top to Johansson. Johansson shoots it into the chest of Aiden Hill through the traffic. And the Red Wings starting to get some offensive zone time here, moving the puck around. Golden Knights keeping it to the outside for the most part. And you take a look at the assist on those goals. It's Riley Smith from Mitch Marner and Pavel Dorofeev. So Marner picks up his 44th assist of the year on that goal, his 801st point in his NHL career. Second most from that 2015 NHL draft. Faceoff won by the Golden Knights. Bowman will drop it back then for Eichel. Eichel down the right side. Brings below the goal line. Pass up top. Stolen back then by Rasmussen. Rasmussen with Kane. 2-on-2. He'll chip that one down low into the Golden Knights zone. Now Theodore picks it back up for Vegas. He will dump it to center. If Talbot gives up 3 or more goals, Coastal will start the second. We'll see. We shall see. Through center now, Dylan Larkin. Cross ice pass to Kane. Broken up then by the Knights. They will clear it out to center. Now trying to rush it the other way as Barbashev. He gets tied up with Sider. Puck is poke checked out of the zone. Now the Red Wings will reassess. It's Kane back to Sherratt. Sherratt, cross ice pass to Larkin. Larkin holding it here now. Will break this one through center. Stolen back by Vegas. Banked off the boards and back down low to the Detroit zone. Vegas will pick it up again now in their own end. It's Korzak on the right side. Will feed a pass to center. It's tipped. Back down low into the Red Wings zone for a icing with 15:35 to go in this opening period. Some of the members here of the United States team. Dylan Larkin, Jack Eichel, Noah Hannafin all playing in this game tonight. Seeing those guys get honored here a bit. They were honored in Buffalo last night with Thompson. Face-off won by the Red Wings. Shot on as poke check wide of Hill. Raymond. Saucer pass. Try to feed it in front. Stolen back then by the Knights. Korzak through center. Will backhand this one down low into the Red Wings zone. Talbot out of his own net now to Raymond. Raymond caught in his legs. Will give it up to Kopp. Andrew Kopp will backhand that one down low, or at least he'll try to. Now the Golden Knights try to rush it the other way. It's Smith who's broken up at the line. Now Raymond takes it back. Shots 3-1 in favor of Detroit. DeBrincat dumps it down low into the Golden Knights zone. Raymond feeds a pass up top. Johansson over. Shot into the chest of Hill. Rebound was there and given up then by the Knights. Brandon Saad will flick this one into the zone off a pass from Cole Reinhardt. Red Wings take it back. DeBrincat cross ice pass. Couldn't get there in time. That'll be an icing yet again against Detroit. So 14:42 left to go in the opening period. Shots are 4-1 in favor of Detroit. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Like the stream down below. It brings more people into the commentary. Subscribe down below if you're new. This will be the first of 2 tonight here on the YouTube channel. Later on, we got Kraken and Blues. Face-off coming up here in the Red Wing zone. It's going to be Hurdle taking the draw against Casper. Casper having a struggling season this year, trying to put up some more points on the board. Face-off now is won by the Red Wings. Sandine Pellica will flip it to center. DeBrincat racing for that puck. Golden Knights will bank it off the boards. Dumped down low then by Korzak in the corner. Edvinsson. Hurdle trying to feed a pass to center. Below the line now, Edvinsson off the boards to Finney. 3-on-2 developing for the Red Wings. Here's Casper into the zone. Shoots it. It's blocked by Theodore now below the line. Now Finney picks it up. Finney up top. Edvinsson shoots it on. It goes off a hill and around then behind the net. Now Casper picks it up, dumps it around up top. Edvinsson cross-ice pass. Sider to Finney. Shot. He scores! After putting on the pressure, after Vegas scored on their first shot, Emmett Finney ties the game here at 1 with 14:02 left to go in the opening period. And they might... no, there's no way. No, he doesn't even touch him. Aiden Hill was like, what the hell? I don't even think Casper touched Hill. No, no way. Emmett Finney picks up the goal, and we are tied at 1 here in this opening period. 11th goal of the season for Emmett Finney. Nah, not going to challenge. Aiden Hill had this look on his face, and I was like, huh. But no, they're not challenging it. Golden Knights will dump it down low, then into the Detroit zone. Sherratt off the boards, will backhand it around behind the net. Now Soderblom throws it to center. Here's Comfer through the zone with some room. Circles it around then, feeds it up top. Shot from the point, denied by Hill. Rebound was there, and Hill makes the save as the shots are now 7-1 in favor of Detroit. Riley Smith opened up the scoring, and now Emmett Finney ties the game up at 1 here in this opening period of Golden Knights versus Red Wings. Assist on that goal is Moritz Seider and Simone Edvinsson, to the two blue liners, picking up assists there on the back end. Let's take a look at the status report as we are kind of heading into our first commercial break here. So the Golden Knights acquired Cole Smith, obviously. He is playing in this game tonight. That is really the only change for Vegas. They're basically rolling with the same lineup tonight. Obviously, Aiden Hill is making the start, of course. And then John Gibson is day-to-day. The goalie left after the first period of the 4-2 win to Nashville on Monday. Sebastian Cossa, as you guys have probably heard, I've said it numerous times in the stream, has been recalled on emergency conditions from Grand Rapids of the AHL and is backing up Talbot here tonight. Finney's on a roll right now. Yeah, 2 goals in his last 2 games. 7th round pick there, looking good. Wonder if he changed twigs or something. Maybe. Red Wings now honoring their Olympians. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. Here's some cheers there for Dylan Larkin, Lucas Raymond, Moritz Seider. And nice of them to give ovations to the U.S. Olympians there. It's been a cool part of this whole debacle and this whole season as it's resumed from the Olympic play. And now they're playing Freebird here in Detroit. 13:41 left to go in this opening period. Shots again are 7-1 in favor of the Red Wings. It is Riley Smith and Emmett Finney who make things a tied hockey game here in Little Caesars Arena. Yeah, that 2023 draft looking good. Finney, Danielson, ASP, Augustine when he gets here. That'll be fun to watch. Face off here in the Golden Knights zone, won by Vegas. Lazone trying to bank that one off the boards. Down low now, Comfort trying to feed a puck up top. JT Comfort will backhand that one down low then to Shine. Anderson off the boards to Kolasar. Kolasar to Smith, who will backhand that one down low into the Detroit zone. Cole Smith wearing number 22 after he was acquired just 24 hours ago by the Vegas Golden Knights. He actually played last night against the Blue Jackets. He played 3 seconds and then was benched for the rest of the game. Icing here against Detroit once again. And again, like, off of that sequence, he was obviously then traded. But prior to that, it's interesting to see. Played 3 seconds in that opening period. Then I guess the management told him, hey, no, don't trade this guy. Or I said, hey, no, don't play this guy. And he was sat for the rest of the game and then was traded a couple hours after the game ended. Face-off coming up here now in the Red Wings zone. Bet my buddy $20 on this game. Let's go Knights. Love to hear that. Hope you get that $20, buddy. Face-off here, won by the Knights. Theodore up top. McNabb up to the point then to Eichel. Eichel circling around down low. Will bring it below the goal line. Jack Eichel now down low looking for options. Pass up top. Shot on is blocked in front. Talbot still looking for his first save of the game. It's banked out to center by Appleton and grabbed quickly by Theodore. Theodore down low then to McNabb. McNabb to center. Bowman to Barbashev. Cross ice pass to Eichel. Golden Knights trying to set up here. He's hit against the boards by Kane. Stolen back by Comfort. Pass to center. McNabb. Back to Eichel then once again. Through to Bowman. Poke checked. Now Kane trying to grab it. Hannafin gets to it first. And he'll regroup. Now grabbing it here down low is Barbashev trying to throw a cross ice pass to Korzak, who will dump it down low into the Red Wing zone. Edvinsson battling for now with Eichel. Puck slides up top then. Comfort. Cross ice pass. 2-on-2. Larkin through center. Splits the D. Shoots it. Saved by Hill if that even got on. And what an effort there by Dylan Larkin. But couldn't get it on. Here's Dorofeev now. Trying to get a pass to Eichel. It's broken up quickly again then by Detroit. Now a 2-on-2 through center. Larkin circles around up top. Pass down low. Sandy Pellikka shot. I think that went off the post. Here come the Knights again the other way. It's Marner now with Smith. Smith to Marner in front. Smith, the backhand wide of Talbot. Raymond fighting now with Smith below the goal line now. Marner trying to pick that one up here down low in the corner. Raymond will dump it around then behind the net. Approaching 9 minutes gone here in this opening period. Who do I got for the win? I think Detroit's going to win. Vegas on a back-to-back. I think Detroit will get the win. Here's Axel Sandin Pellikka. Will throw a cross-ice pass through center to Raymond. Raymond at the line. Will dump it down low into the Golden Knights zone. Aiden Hill will clear it around behind the net then. Hurdle battling for it down low now. Trying to flip that one out to center is Lazone. Jeremy Lazone grabs it now down low in the Golden Knights zone. Feed the pass to center. Saad can't get to it in time. Now grabbing in the Red Wings then is JBD. Picked up then by Casper. Casper, right side to Finney. Back over then for Bernard Docker, who will hold it down low. Jacob Bernard Docker, pass up to Casper. Back to Appleton. Appleton to Finney. Finney down low. Tipped by Casper. And back down low to the corner. Here come the Knights back the other way. Hurdle feeds a pass all the way up then for Kolasar. Kolasar now battling for it down low. Smith will play it back up top. McNabb fires it on, or at least he tries to. Kolasar at the point. Approaching the halfway mark of the opening period. Shots are 9-1 in favor of Detroit. We're tied. Kolasar. Back to McNabb. Up top then. Shot on. Goes wide. Pick back up then below the line. Smith. Cole Smith throws it in front. Tried to get it on. But I think it went wide of Talbot. Now up top. Theodore is shot gloved by Talbot. And he makes his first save. 10-20 into the game. Well, a couple chances for Detroit. And they're getting the offense on, but can't seem to convert on another goal. Sandine Pellico with a post hit there. Shots are 8-2 here in this opening period. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. It would be very much so greatly appreciated. We'll be live later on tonight for Blues and Kraken. Kind of a under-the-radar type of night here. Blues and Kraken. Not expecting that stream to do that crazy. Vegas is going to kill Detroit. It's not looking like that so far. I mean, it's not, obviously not converting to the score sheet, but the Red Wings have been the better team through 10. Why do I have the game pulled up twice? Let's get rid of that. So it was Smith from Marner and Dorofeev, and then Finney from Sider and Edmondson. Sabres, then Red Wings, back-to-back, very difficult. Yeah, for sure. I'm not surprised they've come out slow here. Can't wait for it. Oh yeah, gonna be a fun one. But we haven't streamed the Kraken in nearly like 3 months, so I had to get a Kraken stream in here. 2 of them this week. Hoping the Kraken can stay in. Are they still in a playoff spot? I know the Oilers moved into third in the division. I believe they're still in a spot. Yeah, they're in the last wild card spot. They have a 3-point lead over San Jose, 5 points over LA and Nashville. You helped name them? Did you vote in the poll or whatever? All right, shots 8-2 now in favor of Detroit as we return. Looking at Sebastian Cossa doing a little player profile here. Back up tonight for Talbot, 24th, 4-3 record in the American Hockey League, a 1.99 goals against average. He has had a great season with the Grand Rapids Griffins, and unless if Gibson comes back between now and next game, I imagine Cossa will make a start here at some point. Puck is dumped down low into the Golden Knights zone. McNabb will backhand it around behind the net. Now Bowman fighting with Edmondson. What's up, I wouldn't know. How you doing, bro? No problem, man. I knew I had to do a wing stream. Here's Larkin below the line. Pass in front to Kane. Could not convert. Now Bowman. Stolen back by Eichel. Kane trying to drop it down low then. Larkin will feed a pass up top. It's broken up then by the Golden Knights. Bowman now breaks it through center. He'll flick that one down low into the Red Wings zone. Edmondson off the boards in front. Barbashev can't get a clear shot on. Puck is banked up top. Hannafin to Eichel up top. Hannafin, a shot tipped. And wide of Talbot as Barbashev was in the net there. Now Eichel above the line. Tried to throw a pass in front. It went through Barbashev's stick. Korzak to Bowman. Back to Eichel. Eichel on the right side. Broken off a stick. Shot on Talbot goes wide. It might have gotten on. Larkin will dump that one around behind the net. Korzak to Bowman. Bowman down low then. Grabbing it, Barbashev. Pass to Hannafin. Hannafin. Below the line to Eichel. Eichel to Hannafin. A shot denied by Talbot. Golden Knights are pressuring. Korzak. Sider tried to poke check it away. Now Kane will bank this one off the boards. And back into the Vegas zone. Hannafin now regroups. Pass ahead then to Dorofeev. Dorofeev will backhand that one around behind the net now. Bernard Docker picking it up for Detroit. Raymond will flip it to center. 7:50 left to go in this opening period. We are tied at 1. Puck will slide down low into the Red Wings zone for a icing against Detroit. So Vegas starting to pick up the pressure here. They're starting to get some opportunities. You have the chances from Barbashev. Just went off the skate of Talbot near the mid of a 2-1 hockey game. And then I believe Eichel had a handful of chances there too. But now the Golden Knights are starting to actually set up here. Shots 8-4 with less than 8 minutes to go. Face off in the Golden Knights zone. Marner versus Kopp. Off the draw. Golden Knights win it. Cleared around then behind the net all the way back into the Red Wings zone and an icing. Super excited about the Costa. Plus, we got Augustine down in the trench. He looks pretty amazing as well. Gibson playing on his mind, always above, he can get it done. So I mean, again, I made a video on it. It's on the channel. I imagine the timeline for the Red Wings goalies is, this is probably Talbot's last year with Detroit. He'll probably be let go. Costa will be the backup next year to Gibson, and then Augustine will go to Grand Rapids. But yeah, you guys got a good situation. It's taking a long time to develop, but it'll get there. Picking it up then on the right side is Johansson. We'll feed it up then to Raymond. Lucas Raymond now through center. Will bank it down low into the corner. Anderson battling for it now with Kopp. Trying to get that one free down low then. It's a tie up in the corner. Throwing up then to Reinhart. Reinhart will backhand it into the Red Wings zone. What's up, Rex? No problem, bro. Thank you for the dono. I appreciate it, man. Red Wings pick it up now behind their own net. Johansson. Pass over then to ASP. Banked off the boards and back down low to the Golden Knights zone. Now Theodore picking it up. Below the line, Appleton in front. Finney denied by Hill. He was left all alone in front. And Hill robbed him. What a stop. A bang-bang play right there, and what a big save from Aiden Hill. Thank you all for tuning in. Doesn't look like there's any updates on any of the trades that are currently going on. Shots are 9-4 now. Faceoff coming up here now in the Vegas zone. It'll be Dominic Shine taking the draw here against Colton Sissons. Faceoff is won by the Golden Knights. Hannafin now below the line will feed this one to center. Kolasar fighting now with Edvinson. On the right side, trying to feed that one up top. It's cleared around then behind the net. Comfort will try and dish it to center. Hannafin down low. Kolasar fighting for it then with Sissons. Stolen back then by the Red Wings. They'll attempt to get it to center. They can't. Golden Knights will take it there anyway. Kolasar now dumps it down low. Talbot picks it up for Detroit. Flips it around the right side. Comforter to put it through his legs. Throws it down low then to Sider. Moritz Sider. Holds it now below the line then for Detroit. Edvidson. Over to Kane. Patrick Kane down the right side. Pass up to the point. Broken up then by Barbashev. It's a 2-on-2 the other way. Eichel joins the rush up top. Theodore. Intercepted by Larkin, who now battles for it with Barbashev. Larkin gains the line. Banks it down low then. Now Rasmussen for Kane behind the net. Patrick Kane will feed this one up top. Cross ice pass to Sherratt. Sherratt shoots it wide. Kane's there for the rebound. Could not tuck it. What's up, Stutzel Productions? How we doing? Here's Bowman now at the line, trying to clear that one out of the zone. Now McNabb, cross ice pass to Theodore. Theodore to center. 2-on-2. Barbashev drops it back. Eichel a shot off of Edvinson and back down low. In the final 5 here of this opening period. Here's DeBrincat. Circles around. Kopp in front. Fanned on the pass. Now Edvinson. He scores! Simone Edvinson takes the lead for Detroit. Comes right in there and picks up that loose puck. It's 2-1. And it was off of a blocked play in front as he tried to drop it back, I think. And then Simone Edvinson comes right in and wires that one past Aiden Hill. And the Red Wings have taken a 2-1 lead. Face-off here now at center. The Red Wings have taken a 2-1 lead. It is Simone Edvinson, who now has a multi-point game. Casper Feeds it up top. Edvinsson with 4.5 minutes to go. Down low, Casper trying to get a shot on Hill. It's broken up then by the Knights. Cross ice pass through center. Marner broken up now at the line. Appleton to Finney. Thrown down low then to Appleton, who battles for it now with Hannafin. Below the line, Hannafin. Banked off the boards all the way back up top. Casper will grab it here for Detroit. Edvinsson will fight for it now on the right side. Banked up then to Seider. Seider will clear it around down low. Finney off the boards then to Hannafin. Hannafin cross ice pass to Smith. Stolen back quickly then by the Red Wings. Raymond up top. DeBrincat, he scores! Alex DeBrincat, and oh man, Aiden Hill is going to want that one back. It is 3-1 Detroit. And that is a hard goal to let in there if you're Aiden Hill. Let's take a look at the replay here. Oh my lord, Raymond takes it into the zone. Nice little saucer pass to DeBrincat. Fires it just wide of Hill's glove. And that is not a great look. Alex DeBrincat, his 23rd goal of the year, assisted by Raymond and Axel Sandin Pellica. And the Red Wings are off and firing here early. 3-1. Face-off won here by the Red Wings and dumped back down low into the Detroit zone. Again, when these two teams played back in November, it was a 1-0 win for Vegas. The narrative has changed completely, and it's only the first period. Shots are 11-3. Here's Reinhart now. We'll dump this one into the zone. It's banked off at Talbot behind the net. We'll clear this one to the right side. Anderson banks it around then behind the net. Bowman below the line. Puck slides in on Talbot. He'll make the save with 3:09 to go. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It brings more people into the commentary, helps out with the engagement. It is important to note that Akira Schmid played last night against the Buffalo Sabres. It was a loss, but that is something you need to keep in mind here. Obviously, again, you know, there's still a chance Hill could get pulled, but Schmid did play last night. So, usually when you see that, and again, we've streamed nearly 200 commentaries. We've seen a lot of back-to-backs for certain teams, and they flunder. They allow a lot of goals. It's been very rare for me seeing a goaltender get pulled for a goaltender who played last night. It's rare. So I highly doubt we're going to see Aiden Hill get pulled here. You just got to hope that the Golden Knights can replicate the offense. But it was Dorofeev in the first 2 minutes to open up the scoring. Then Finney, Edvinsson, and DeBrincat pick up goals for the Red Wings. Multi-point game for Edvinsson. And it's suddenly a 3-1 hockey game here. And I'm sure Detroit's pretty happy about that start, that's for sure. Stomach's kind of hurting here a little bit. I don't know why. All right, back from commercial break. 3:09 left to go in this first period. Again, we talked about Detroit in the pregame. They are currently top 3 in that division. They're chasing, I believe, Montreal and Tampa is who they're battling with. Unless if Montreal fell to the wild card spot, which also is possible. Pretty sure they're 3rd in that division. They are. They're battling with Buffalo and Tampa. They are 4 points back of the Bolts for first place and 2 points back of the Sabres for tying them in second place. Montreal's fallen to 4th in the division. They are now in the first wild card spot. Face-off here now won by the Golden Knights. Anderson up top to Hannafin. A shot wide of Talbot. That wasn't even close. Here's Kopp now on the right side, clearing to center. Hannafin Grabs it now for the Golden Knights. Shots are 11-4 in favor of Detroit. This one's been pretty lopsided so far. Center. DeBrincat dumps it down low into the Vegas zone. Hannafin banked off the boards at center. Edvinson now. Kopp. Stolen back at the line. Saad shoots it into the chest of Talbot, who has been pretty sound since allowing the first goal in the first shot. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Off to a hot start as the Red Wings, that's for sure. And again, converting on their offensive chances here so far should not be a huge surprise. First period's not even over yet, and it's almost 8 o'clock. 2.5 minutes to go. Faceoff coming up now in the Red Wings zone. Larkin versus Eichel. On the draw, it's won by the Knights. Theodore shoots it on. Saved by Talbot. Rebounds there in front. Jabbing at that puck. And back down low. Barbashev on the right side. Feeds it up to the point. Cleared down low then behind the net. Bowman to Barbashev. Barbashev at the point. Cross ice pass. McNabb a shot. And that one goes up and out of play. So Vegas still trying to get chances on, but Cam Talbot, even through the traffic, has been able to make plenty of saves here tonight to open this one up, despite obviously allowing the first goal, of course. Cam Talbot came in relief for Gibson in the 4-2 win against Nashville. I don't believe he allowed a goal. And in light of Gibson's injury, which could be a little bit, Kosa's been called up. Here's Rasmussen. Below the line now, battling forward with Theodore. Now Larkin in the corner of the Vegas zone. Dylan Larkin battling with Barbashev. Now Patrick Kane on the right side, taken back by Bowman, who will get it up to center. Eichel coming in now the other way. Will dump that one down low into the Detroit zone. Sherratt in the corner now, fighting with Barbashev. Larkin picks it up for the Wings. Larkin thrown to center. Kolasar battling for it. Now Kane picks it up. Patrick Kane will backhand that one around down low into the corner. Now Hannafin gets it back for Vegas. A 2-on-3 here through center. Smith will dump that one into the zone. Puck is passed down low then for Sider. Through center, and a tripping penalty being called here on the Golden Knights. And the Red Wings will get the first power play of the game. Keegan Kolasar doesn't look like he's a huge fan of that penalty, but it doesn't really matter what he thinks. It is Kolasar for tripping Dominic Shine, and it'll be a power play here for the Red Wings. And the first man advantage of the entire game. So we'll get a Red Wings power play here. This power play will carry over into the second period if there is no goal scored. Face-off coming up here now in the Golden Knights zone. It's won by Detroit. Raymond battling for it now. Larkin passed down low, stolen back then by Eichel. Here's Eichel now moving it with speed through center. Jack Eichel below the line, now fighting with Larkin. Larkin to Raymond. Stolen back by Larkin now as the Golden Knights run some time off the clock in the final minute of play here in this opening period. Patrick Kane trying to chip it down low. Marner gets it back then for Vegas. He'll backhand that one down low into the Red Wings zone. Talbot will play it back then for Sider. Moritz Sider with 33 seconds to go. Larkin to Kane. Kane comes in. Back to Larkin. Back to Sider. Red Wings now trying to set up. Golden Knights doing a good job at not giving them a lot of room and keeping the pressure on. Kane below the line to Raymond up top. Raymond to Kane. Kane shoots it and wide of Hill. Less than 10 seconds to go. Golden Knights will clear, and that'll pretty much do it here for this opening period. So end of the first period here in Detroit as they honor Patrick Kane and their U.S. Olympians. It is 4 goals. Riley Smith, Emmett Finney, Simone Edvinsson, and Alex DeBrincat make it a 3-1 lead for Detroit through 20 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. And we will be back for the start of period number 2 momentarily. This is the countdown for the start of the second. Like the stream down below. Subscribe if you're new, of course. Helps out with bringing more people into the commentaries. And as always, it is very much so greatly appreciated. And let's hope for a good one here in the third. But the Red Wings already off to a pretty hot start as Emmett Finney, Simone Edvinsson, and Alex DeBrincat with the goals. Trying to make a commentary clip here, so I'll pull up the chat on my other computer. You guys can feel free to ask me questions. We'll go over the other games around the NHL and all that good stuff here in just a moment. But thank you all for being in the commentary. It's really appreciated. Take a breather here really quick. All right, there we go. Chose to do the Simone Edvinsson goal. My first commentary call of Riley Smith was not that great. So I decided let's do the Edvinsson one. It was okay. It wasn't great though.
I do understand at some,
to be honest. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning into the stream. I greatly appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe down below. If you're new, it helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary.
Big Justice, how much money are you going to spend at the card show?
Hopefully no more than $200.
Big AJ, how much money are you going to spend at the car show? Oh, I'm not getting anything. I'm just here for my son.
Big AJ. She got Big Justice TikTok on my For You page. Oh, my Lord. All right. There we go. I gotta charge my phone. 12%, not good. All right, boop, boop, boop. All right, anything you guys want to talk about? Anything you guys want to discuss? Comment it down below. Updates on the current trades. Oh my God. Looks like Mackenzie Weegar has waived his no-trade clause. He is going to the Utah Mammoth. Ollie Mata, a prospect, and up to 3 second-round picks are going to Calgary. And then more on the Jason Dickinson trade. It looks like Dickinson to the Edmonton Oilers in exchange for Andrew Mangiapane. Okay. There you go. So that was the one trade that we were looking for. And we were following was the Uyghur one. So it looks like the Uyghur one has converted first. We'll see what happens in regards to the Parayko trade later on. What's up, Bon? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you here, bro. Did the Knights get anyone today? They acquired, not today, they got Cole Smith from the Nashville Predators yesterday. Versatile fourth-line forward. Has great offensive capabilities there as well. But nothing crazy. Golden Knights have not done much today. Haven't really heard anything in regards to him either. Yeah, wow. Mackenzie Weegar going to Utah. Just on the like, off the bed, have to be a worker. All right, thank you for liking the stream, though, Bon. I appreciate it. Have a good one, man. And now we wait for the start of period number 2. Coming up here in just a moment. Appreciate all your guys for the support. Let's update the all-time score sheet. Any questions or anything you guys have, comment them down below as always. You guys know we love to answer questions here. I'll keep you guys updated on if there's any trade updates. Knights have 2 Smiths. It's going to be crazy trying to tell them apart. Yeah, I know. Well, Riley Smith, I believe, is number 19. Cole Smith's 22. If that helps. Probably not, but, maybe. Dorofiev there as well. Sorry, guys, just updating the score sheet super quickly. That was Emmett Finney's first goal in a commentary stream. There you go. Did the Minnesota Wild do any trades? So they acquired another guy from Nashville. They acquired Michael McCarron from the Predators in exchange for a second-round pick. McCarron, good fourth-line kind of guy. He was really looked at as a big guy that could have been traded. He had a lot of skill. He was a center, and he was a guy who was relatively cheap, and there was a good market out there for him. Billy G traded a fourth-round pick, or a second-round pick for him. So there you go. That is Simone Edvinson's first point and an assist in commentaries. Wow. But yeah, the Wild traded for Michael McCarron. That is the notable move coming out of Minnesota today. So yeah, there will be videos on the trades as I move along here periodically. Again, like I'm live streaming now, so obviously I can't make videos on the trades now. But when they do ensue, I will make them, of course. Just kind of waiting for them to happen, I guess. What is going on with the defending champs, the Panthers? They are dead last. Yeah, I think their season's done. They're just so injury depleted. It's terrible. They're just so injury depleted. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be 3 second-round picks. Prospect and Ollie Mata for Mackenzie Weegar. I love that. I love that for the Mammoth. That's a great trade. I think that'll do well. But I think Florida, to answer your question furthermore, I think the Panthers are done. I just think this season's kind of gotten away from them. They have too many injuries. I just don't think they're going to be able to make it. Hope the Knights get healthy and make a long push in the playoffs this year. We'll have to see. I don't know. Vegas has been a little bit underwhelming at points. Hopefully they'll be able to turn things around a bit, but I don't know. It's not looking that great, particularly right now, for the Golden Knights. They are still first in the Pacific Division, though. You're obviously not going to win every single game that you play, but regardless of that, it's been underwhelming seeing how they've played, especially against teams above the playoff line. They have struggled against playoff teams. Their goaltending has not been great. Their defense has not been great. Offensively, they've been doing all right, but I think they can still be much better. And we'll have to see again. Like, it's going to be interesting following what happens there with Vegas. We'll have to see who they play in the playoffs. If they win the division, they'll play the Mammoth. If they lose, they'll probably end up playing one of Edmonton, Seattle, Anaheim. Vegas was not smart to trade Thompson. Oh, yeah. That was not a good move. That was not a good move whatsoever. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary stream, and we should be getting ready to start the second period in about 3 minutes or so. So thank you all very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. As I burp really loud. Vegas had a really good chance to win another cup with Thompson in goal. Yeah, that looks super bad. That could be a good video idea. You know a goalie that Vegas could be using right now? Logan Thompson. That's for sure. Uyghur trade is official. 3 seconds. You mean a prospect and Mata. Yeah, I'm waiting to see what the prospect is. Or who the prospect is. It must not be anybody big. Because I'm not seeing anything that says like Denoye or anything like that. I mean, maybe it's Denoye. I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be. Do I think Minnesota will make the playoffs this year? Yes. Yes, the Wild are in a playoff spot. They're making the playoffs for sure. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of period number 2 between the Detroit Red Wings and the Vegas Golden Knights. First period recap. Goals were scored by Riley Smith, Emmett Finney, Simone Edvinsson, and Alex DeBrincat, who each collectively make it a 3-1 lead for Detroit after 20 minutes of play. And getting ready for the next 20 here, your stats through the first 20. Shots were 11-7 in favor of Detroit. Faceoff percentage was 55% in favor of the Red Wings. Golden Knights obviously took a penalty in that period, but it does not count yet towards the overall stats. Block shots were actually 3-2 in favor of the Red Wings, and hits were 8-5 in favor of the Golden Knights. As we get ready for the start here, Detroit carrying over a 47-second power play into the middle frame. And we will see if they are able to convert here on a goal to make it a 4-1 lead here. And they're kind of starting to really put the pressure on the Golden Knights, who obviously had those back-to-back goals. And again, as I mentioned, like, you're probably not going to see Adin Hill get pulled. Probably not. But anyway, let's get ready for puck drop here. Period number 2, and we are underway. Face-off is won here by the Red Wings. They will grab it here in their own zone to regroup. DeBrincat to Kane. Kane now through center. DeBrincat will dump it around behind the net. Larkin battling forward here in the corner. It's grabbed then quickly by Colton Sissons, who will move this one through center. Now battling forward on the boards here with Kane. Sissons with Kane. Trying to poke check that one ahead. Kane to Seider. Back over then to Raymond. Raymond back up to Seider. Through center now. DeBrincat will dump it down low into the Vegas zone. Now Raymond battling for it. Puck slides out in front. Backhanded to center. Now grabbed quickly by Raymond. Raymond will dump it again down low. Then power play is over. Red Wings, I don't even think, could get in the offensive zone that much to get a shot on. Now grabbing it down low, Sherratt. Back over then for Casper. Back to even strength. Golden Knights pick it up. Barbashev, right side, will dump it down low then in on Talbot. Sherratt to JBD. On the right side now, Appleton battling forward as well, trying to throw a pass in front. Back up top then, Korzak comes in, shoots it, and denied there by Talbot. Puck is banked off the boards back to center. Barbashev for Eichel. Eichel then to Barbashev. Barbashev down the right side. Behind the net now, will hold that puck. Pass in front. Nobody is there. Now Eichel thrown up top. Racing for it then is Finney. Getting to it first is McNabb. Theodore below the line. Pass back up then to Bowman. Over then for Eichel, who tried to dump it down low. It's taken back then by the Red Wings. Here's Raymond to DeBrincat. DeBrincat will dump it around then behind the net. Now Edvinsson battling for it now with Kopp. Feeds it in front. It's broken up then quickly by Marner. Marner to Dorofeev. Dorofeev goes offsides. And they blow the play dead with 17:49 to go. And the final trade revealed for the Weegar deal is it is going to be Mackenzie Weegar to the Mammoth in exchange for Olli Mata, Jonathan Castagna, and 3 2026 second-round picks. Face-off here now outside of the Red Wing zone. Seider banks it off the boards to center. Andrew Kopp will backhand that one down low, then into the Golden Knights zone. Anderson back over then for Dorofeev. Raymond on the right side now. DeBrincat battling forward as well. It's picked up down low then by Hannafin. Hannafin off the boards to center. Smith will backhand that one down low. It's an icing against Detroit. So there you go. The Mackenzie Weegar trade has been finalized, and we will talk about it furthermore in the intermission report. Also, there will obviously be a separate video on that trade as well. So be sure to subscribe down below. Like the stream as well. It'll be greatly appreciated. Shots are 11-8. Not a lot of shots here in this second period. Anderson battling for now with Rasmussen. Rasmussen to Sandin Pellikka. Shoots it up in the air and wide. Now Dorofeev through center to Marner. Marner will backhand it into the zone to ASP. Whistle blown dead here for an icing once again. And a penalty's coming up here, actually. That's why they stopped the play. It's going to be against the Red Wings. Dylan Larkin to the box. It'll be a high stick on Mitch Marner. The Golden Knights will get a chance to shorten the deficit. And Mitch Marner got tagged up there in the stick by Marner. And the Golden Knights will head to the power play. Face-off here now in the Red Wing zone. Sherratt wins the draw. He'll dump it around. And puck goes off of a Golden Knight and into the Vegas bench. So there you go. Golden Knights power play, top 10 in the NHL, 25%. Larkin, you need Larkin to get one shot on goal. He'll be out on the ice again, don't worry. Face-off coming up here now again in the Detroit zone. Kopp versus Eichel. Face-off now is won by Vegas. Eichel on the right side. Eichel to Dorofeev. Dorofeev to Marner. Marner on the right side looks for options. Down low then, Dorofeev below the line. Up top, Eichel. Looks. Back to Marner. As the Golden Knights will set up. Eichel down low. Bowman to Eichel. Intercepted by Detroit. They will clear it back into the Vegas zone. Golden Knights will set up right away. Great movement there and pressure by the Red Wings. Here's Marner dropping it back to Eichel. Eichel through center. Broken up at the line. Kasper racing for it. Seider banks it off the boards. Back down low then into the Vegas zone. Now Marner here through center. Eichel goes off sides with 16:13 to go. Halfway through the power play. And again, Vegas, as we mentioned here a couple times on the back-to-back, they played Buffalo last night. Akira Schmid was in net for the loss. That's why when Adin Hill allowed those goals that fast, he was not relieved. Maybe under different circumstances he would have been. It's been a struggle here for Adin Hill since coming back from injury, missing that much time and having to readjust mid-season. Here's Eichel to center, shoots it on, saved by Talbot with the pad. Now Seider battling for it down low. Eichel will feed it up top. Can't get it there in time. Now it's cleared back to center. Mitch Marner picks it up now for Vegas. Marner will rush it here through center. Pass back over then. Bowman to Marner. Marner down low. Sider gets it back then for Detroit with 34 seconds to go on the power play. Red Wings running down the clock, doing a great job. Golden Knights keep it in the zone. Bowman up top. Eichel shoots it. And a block by Sider and poked to center by Rasmussen. And now Theodore forced to hold it. He'll throw a pass to Eichel. The puck kind of gets away from him there a little bit. He'll grab it back and try and make one last push. 10 seconds left. Pass back down low then. Cleared around behind the net. Anderson trying to pick it up top. Hurdle battling forward as well. It's up to the point then. Theodore's shot. Denied, rebounds in front. And cleared away then by Detroit. Sider off the boards to Larkin. Larkin comes into the zone. Shoots it off a hill. And back into the corner. There's that shot you wanted. Cleared around the boards then. Kopp up top to Johansson. Larkin will chip that one down low behind the net. Kopp battling forward with Theodore. Behind the net, Kane is there as well. Larkin gets it back, trying to get a shot on. Johansson looks, waits to center. Can't fire it on. Now Larkin. Back to Kane. Patrick Kane then up to Larkin at the point. Red Wings pressuring. Here's Kane. Tried to move it to center. He gets knocked down. Johansson at the line, fires it on. Poke check by the Knights. Kept in the Golden Knights zone though. Kane. Back over to Rasmussen. Rasmussen to Larkin. Larkin to Johansson. Johansson drops it back up top. Sherratt waits. Back to Johansson. Down low for Kane. Can't get to it then. Now Kane to Larkin. Larkin on the right side. Pass goes all the way back to center. Good cycling here by the Red Wings in this second period. They seem to be moving the puck really well. Shots are 12-10. Up top now, Edvinsson will flip that one further into the zone. Rasmussen down low to Kane. A shot goes off a hill and wide. Golden Knights will clear to center. Edvinsson. Back over to JBD. Bernard Docker off the boards, battling for it then with Marner. Here's Kolasar into the zone, shoots it, and that one's blocked. Here's Emmett Finney trying to keep that one into the zone. It's blocked by Vegas. Cleared all the way back into the Golden Knights' end. Marner up top over then for Kolasar. Keegan Kolasar over then for Korzak. Dumps it down low into the Red Wings zone. Now Edvinsson picks it back up. He'll backhand it to center, or at least he'll try to. Now Bowman back ahead then and backhanded into the zone by Eichel. Now Edvinsson picks it back up. Simone Edvinsson behind the net then for the Red Wings. We are a little over 7 minutes gone in this second period. It is a 2-goal lead for Detroit. Not a lot of shots. Here into the zone now is Kasper. Fires it on, denied by Hill. Now Barbashev below the line, plays it ahead then for Smith. Back to center, Johansson will dump that one down low to the Golden Knights zone. Puck will bank off the boards to center. Barbashev, pass back then to Smith. Played up in the air then, Dorofeev battling for it with ASP, whistle blown for offsides against the Golden Knights. 12-12 left to go here in period number 2. We are nearly halfway through. Red Wings still lead 3-1. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. All right. So a good middle frame here so far. Again, the Red Wings doing a good job at cycling the puck around, getting things moving up top. And I think that for Detroit, you should be very happy with the way they've played so far. It's certainly good to see. We got 50 people in the commentary. Thank you all so much. We have 15 likes. It's a great one here tonight between these two teams. Don't forget, later on tonight, we'll be live for Blues and Kraken. Tomorrow, we have 2 more games as well. Then we have a day off on deadline day. Then we have Senators Kraken on Saturday night. Then Sunday, we have Red Wings Devils and Oilers Golden Knights yet again. Alrighty, everyone, we're back here in this middle frame. Face-off coming up here now outside of the Red Wing zone is won by Vegas. Back into their own zone. McNabb down low now off the boards. Raymond trying to keep it in. DeBrincat below the line. Circles around then down low. Raymond trying to chip that one then. Here's DeBrincat through center. Pass up top then to Sherratt. Ben Sherratt now on the right side, battling forward with Marner. Marner to Theodore. Theodore to Barbashev. Barbashev will throw a saucer pass back down low into the Red Wing zone. Here's Sherratt to Raymond. Raymond. Cross-ice pass to center. Barbashev now holds it back in his own zone. Over then to Theodore as Vegas regroups. Theodore to McNabb. Brayden McNabb will hold it back in the Vegas zone. Not a lot of shots here from either side in this second period. Shots are currently 3-2 in favor of the Golden Knights. They've outshot the Red Wings here in this period, but it's been mostly just like back and forth action, not a whole lot of chances. Here's Larkin now generating chances, shoots it on. It goes off a hill in the side of the net. Now McNabb. Thrown back up top. Seider trying to put us through his legs. He's knocked down. Larkin gets it back. Delayed penalty against the Knights. 6-on-5 now for Detroit. Larkin battling for it now. Vegas will touch. And with 10:46 to go, the Red Wings are heading back to the power play. And this time, I think it's going to be Hurdle who picks up the penalty in front. It will be. So Tomas Hurdle to the box. Detroit power play coming up. Red Wings power play spilled over from the first to the second period. It was a kill for the Golden Knights. Again, I've mentioned numerous times that I don't like those kind of calls, especially ones that like carry over from the first to the second. It's hard to set up through to another period. Sometimes teams get it, sometimes teams don't, but I would prefer the power play to be fully in the period that it was drawn in, as opposed to being over 2 periods. Face-off here now won by the Red Wings, but hey, you really can't control that. Well, I mean, you can. Here's Kane on the right side, back over then for Sissons, who will bank it out to center. Now Smith, short-handed, Cole Smith, the new acquisition, loses the puck then to Larkin. Larkin drops it back to Kane. Patrick Kane now through center, 4-on-4 to DeBrincat. Dumps it down low into the Golden Knights zone. Hill cleared around to Raymond. Raymond flips it up top to Seider. Seider to Kane. Patrick Kane here now on the right side. Up top Seider, down low Raymond. Raymond now holds it here on the right circle. Detroit asserting their options. Lucas Raymond feeds it up top to Seider. Seider to Raymond in front and wide of Hill. Seider can't keep it in the zone. It'll come back out to center. Red Wings will be forced to regroup as their power play crosses over the halfway mark. As does the period. Sandin Pellikka ahead then for Kasper. Kasper over then for Kane. Vegas trying to clear. Marner battling for it with Kane. Kasper gets to it first. Below the line now ASP. Over ahead then for Van Riemsdyk. JVR over then for Cobb. Cleared around then down low. ASP picks it back up. Sandin Pellikka to the point. Johansson to ASP. Pass in front to Cobb. through his legs, gives it back to Casper, who can't get a shot on. At the point now, Johansson back over. ASP a shot, and that one goes off a hill and wide. Johansson up top to ASP. Axel Sandine Pelican now down low will feed it back up top. Red Wings can't keep it in. Now 13 seconds to go. They're in the neutral zone battling for it. Here's Casper. Through center, dumps it down low into the Vegas zone. Larkin on the right side to Marner. Marner back to Eichel. Eichel will dump it down low into the zone. Power play is over. Now Ben Sherratt. Ahead then for Appleton, or at least he tries to get there. Now Sherratt banks it off the boards and backhanded down low into the Vegas zone. Korzak fighting now with Finney. Shine picks it up through his legs. It's stolen back then by Vegas. Here they come through center, 3-on-3. Now Kolasar battling with Sherratt. Kolasar now below the goal line. Will dump this one around then behind the net. Now JBD picks it up. Bernard Docker fighting with Saad. Sherratt off the boards to Shine. Will fight with Hannafin. Less than 8 minutes to go in this second period. Again, not a lot of shots. They are even in terms of both sides in this period, 3-3. Puck will slide wide of Talbot. Korzak below the line up top to Hannafin. Hannafin to Barbashev. Back up to Korzak. A shot. It's blocked. Plenty of traffic there in front. Comfer forces the puck out to center. Now Korzak takes it back. Korzak stolen back by Shine. Dominic Shine will clear this one around then behind the net. Trying to grab that one down low. Rasmussen to Larkin. Larkin in front. Denied by Hill. Larkin had plenty of room. Here's Rasmussen. Will try and bank it up top to Edvinsson. He can't keep that one in the zone. It'll slide back down low then. Detroit will feed it to center. Rasmussen comes into the zone. Circles back around. Try to feed it up top. It's stolen back then by the Golden Knights, who tried to dump it to center. Now Eichel picks it back up. Eichel thrown ahead then to Bowman. Bowman into the zone. Pass up top. Anderson feeds it up to the point. Lazona shot wide. Anderson dumps it down low then to Bowman. Vegas trying to set up and get shots on, but again, like both teams are playing a decent defensive game here, not allowing a lot of shots. And there's one that slips through Talbot. He'll make the save. And with 6:25 to go, we'll head to commercial break. So both teams and both goaltenders have been collectively sound here in this opening period. It is, or this middle period, sorry. It is 3-1 Detroit. Take a look at the goaltender stats here. We'll start off with Vegas. Aiden Hill, 11 saves on 14 shots. 786 save percentage. Cam Talbot, 10 saves on 11 shots, has a 909. And again, we covered it in the pregame. These are the goaltender stats in Watch with Nordic streams, solely in live commentaries, for those who are curious. I mean, again, Aiden Hill has won a lot of games. He does have a shutout in there too, but overall his numbers besides that have been very, very iffy. Cam Talbot has not played a lot of games on live streams. This is only his 6th all time, but still not horrible numbers. And if he does get the win here tonight and has a good save percentage, those will probably jump up to above 900. But regardless of that, it's, we'll see. And it looks like in the Jason Dickinson trade with the Oilers, it looks like Colton Dock is going to be going to the Edmonton Oilers. Huh. So, yeah, taking a look at the trade deadline moves as of late. McCarron to Nashville. Cole Smith to McCarron to Minnesota. Cole Smith to Vegas. Connor Murphy to the Oilers. Mackenzie Weegar to Utah. Tyler Myers to Dallas. And then obviously we're still waiting for the Parayko trade to fully go across. And Nashville just made a move here as well. Nick Blackenberg is going to the Preds for a 2027 fifth-round pick. Interesting. Face-off here now in the Detroit zone. It'll be Eichel versus Kopp, I believe, here on this draw. Face-off won by Detroit. Edvinsson. Down low now. We'll clear this one back to center. Raymond. Flips it back down low then to Eichel. Eichel ahead then for Anderson. Detroit pressuring. Through the zone, Bowman. Comes into center. Down low, Barbashev and all alone. Denied by Talbot. He had plenty of room, but Talbot still made the save. Kopp. Fighting with Eichel. Seider's there as well. Thrown to center now. Moritz Seider will dump this one behind the net. Up top for DeBrincat. Now Bowman. Bowman will break it into the zone. He's nailed at the line by Seider. Here's Raymond now to Kopp. 3-on-2 developing. DeBrincat to Raymond all alone. Saved by Hill. He tried to go backhand through the 5-hole. And a whistle blown here with 5:29, a penalty coming up. And I'm not sure who it's against. It's against the Golden Knights. It's going to be Shea Theodore heading to the box. Detroit power play coming up once again. Don't understand why is it that nobody's interested in any of Detroit's offers. I don't know, man. It is what it is. So Red Wings power play coming up. Numerous chances there for both teams. But it stays a 3-1 hockey game. And with 5:29 left to go, the Red Wings are going to get another power play. Face-off here in the Detroit zone is won back by the Red Wings. Golden Knights try and steal it. It's Korzak who will dump it back into the Red Wings zone. Detroit 0 for 2 on the power play. Have not had a single shot. Trying some new combos out here. Here's Kappa's shot. Saved by Hill. And there's the first shot of the power play. From all of their power plays combined. And we're almost done the second period here as well. This has been a fast-moving period. The first period was kind of slow-moving in terms of its pace. Aiden Hill in the first year of a $6 million contract. Face-off again in the Vegas zone. It's won by the Knights. McNabb will dump it off the boards all the way back into the Red Wings zone. Talbot will give it back then for Seider. Drop down low then now DeBrincat. Carries it through center. Patrick Kane off the boards to Larkin. Larkin to Raymond up top. Can't keep it there. Now Raymond ahead then for Larkin. Larkin up top, Kane. Patrick Kane to the point to Seider. Seider to Kane as Detroit sets up. Shot on by Kane goes wide. Raymond. Moving on the right side up top. Seider. Back to Raymond. Raymond looks for options. Down low then. DeBrincat to Kane. Waits. Fires it into the chest of Aiden Hill. He tried to wait him out, but Hill did not buy it. And some nifty movement here by Detroit on the power play. This is the best I've seen them move the puck here on the man advantage tonight. They've had 3 opportunities. And now they're starting to get some legitimate shots on. There you go. That's exactly what you want. 4:21 left to go. 53 seconds remaining on the power play. Face-off is won by the Golden Knights. Anderson hammers it around behind the net. Then he'll try and clear. Puck will slide all the way back down low into the Red Wings zone. Now it's Talbot down low for Johansson. Johansson to Sandin Pellikka. Cross-ice pass then ahead for Kopp. Hannafin back to Kopp down low. Fed back up to the point. Johansson looks, waits, shoots it wide. Now Sandin Pellikka will chip it around behind the net. Kasper tried to feed it up top then to Johansson. Could not keep it there in time. This should do it for the power play. 14 seconds to go. They're stuck in their own zone. One last chance, though. Johansson for Casper. Over then for Smith, who tried to backhand to the center. Who'll get it there successfully. That'll do it for the power play. So it's a better power play than the last. Here's a turnover in front for Marner. Broken up there. Vegas gets it back now in front to Dorofeev. Bank back down low. It was a better power play than the last, but I don't think anybody really cares about that unless you score. Doesn't really matter if it's better. Down low now, Marner. Stolen back then by the Red Wings. They will clear it to center. You mean Myers? Well, that's kind of the same thing, but yes. Tyler Myers, not exactly the most valuable player. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. We got 80 people here in the live stream. That is awesome to see. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's crazy how that's become a norm now at this point. Getting 80 people in the commentary. That was a norm last month. Face off here now, won by the Red Wings. Banked off the boards to center, or at least they try and get it there. Cleared ahead then for Comfort. Back up to Finney, who will chip that one down low into the Vegas zone. Hill gives it back to Anderson now behind the net. Rasmus Anderson will feed a cross-ice pass. Eichel now comes in all alone. Saved by Talbot. What a stop by Cam Talbot, denying one of the best players in the world. Jack Eichel got through the defenders in Sider and Edvinsson, but Cam Talbot stood tall. Still 3-1 Detroit. Starting to think that all these offers are just fake news so that people will haven't turn on Yzerman and will continue to defend him. I mean, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really know if the Red Wings should be doing, like, a heavy buy this trade deadline. It's the first year this team has come out and really pursued a playoff spot. I mean, you can argue 23-24. I'll listen to that. But I think maybe he just wants to let this ride out. And maybe next year, you start acclimating your assets a little bit better. Or not acclimating them, using them a little bit better. But we'll see. Thank you all so much for being in the commentary. It's greatly appreciated. We will be live later on tonight for Blues and Kraken. That is the later commentary stream tonight on the channel. But thank you all so much for your continued support here tonight. It means a lot. It's great to see all you guys tuning in here. It does makes it a lot more fun knowing that there's a nice little audience here watching the commentary streams. Let's go Red Wings. Love to hear that. Got a lot of Red Wings fans in the chat. Pretty cool to see. Girlfriend's a Red Wings fan. She's at work currently, but she'd be pretty happy with this score. So no goals in this second period so far. The other goals have come from Smith, Finney, Edvinsson, and DeBrincat, who have made it a 3-1 lead for the Red Wings with 2.5 minutes to go in the second period. It's been a fun night of hockey here so far. We got more commentaries coming later this week. Red Wings and Devils on Sunday. Face off here in the Detroit zone, won by the Red Wings. Barbashev in front. And Bowman tried to get to it then. Cleared up top. McNabb. Down low then for Bowman. Bowman battling forward with Larkin. Eichel there as well. Puck slides in on Talbot. He'll push it away. Puck is dumped all the way back into the Vegas zone. McNabb battling forward with Kane. Stolen back then by the Knights. Here they come through center. Bowman to Eichel. Eichel, cross-ice pass into the glove of Talbot. And he'll cover. And knocked down to the ground is Bowman. Eichel trying to start something, I guess. Sounds like wife material. Quit messing around. I don't know if we're there yet, but we've been together for a while. Trocheck would be the target, but Calgary retain would be a great fit on the second line with perhaps White Cloud. Yeah, that could work. Good for Finney. He needed that for sure. Yeah, Finney starting to pick up some offense. Hard to tell with those later round draft picks and what they'll be, but it's pretty determined already what Emmett Finney has really become. He's become an incredible player here for the Red Wings, despite being drafted just, what, now 3 years ago? Takes a while for a second-round pick to even get to the NHL. The fact that he's here already is impressive. At center, Raymond battling forward with Smith. Riley Smith will backhand this one to center. Grabbing it in his own zone. Raymond kept in by the Golden Knights. Here's Marner. Deeks through the legs. Comes in front. Can't get the shot on Talbot. And convert. It's in the crease. And it nearly went past the goal line. But Sider kept it out. Here's Raymond. Fighting then with Edvinsson. Marner now here below the line as well. They're trying to get that puck loose. Kopp to Smith. Up top to Hannafin. Hannafin shoots it off of the skate of Sider. Now another chance from Raymond is blocked. Here come the Red Wings the other way. DeBrincat will shoot that one up. And out of play with a minute 14 to go. Not sure if Trocheck is the best option to Thomas due to age. Assets matter too. I think, again, like, a guy like Robert Thomas could help the Wings a lot, but you then ask the question, well, what are you going to give up for him? Face-off here outside the Vegas zone, one with the Golden Knights approaching the final minute of play in this second period. Kolasar battling forward now with Casper. Keegan Kolasar back over then. Sissons to McNabb up top. Theodore on the right side will backhand it down low behind the net. Casper back over then for Sherratt. Will get it to center then. Battling forward with him is Rasmussen. Dumping it down low is Sissons. Jacob Bernard Docker grabs it here for Detroit. Appleton through center will clear that one down low. Puck will slide up to center regardless of that. Now Sider gets it back. Over then to Edvinsson. Chipped back down low into the Vegas zone. Noah Hannafin holds it now below the line. Hannafin to Anderson. Pass through center. Broken up and dumped into the Red Wing zone for Talbot. Edvinsson will clear it all the way back into the Golden Knight zone. It'll slide it on Hill. With time winding down, Anderson back to Hannafin. And that will do it for period number 2. End of the second period here in Detroit. No goals in that middle frame. Both goaltenders were perfect. Shots were 8-7 in favor of the Golden Knights. Cam Talbot with 14 saves on 15 shots keeps this game a 3-1 lead here for Detroit. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do, and we will be back for the start of period number 3 momentarily. And don't forget, everybody, later on tonight, we will be live for the St. Louis Blues and the Seattle Kraken. That'll be the 10 p.m. commentary stream here on the channel. I am going to go use the bathroom. This is the countdown to the third period, so set an alarm if you want to go do something else. That's fine. And I will be right back. I'm just going to go use the bathroom real quick, guys. I shall return.
His board play and his face-off play is top-notch in the National Hockey League, and that's difficult to do. So Dylan Larkin, besides the points that he provides for his team, is outstanding without the puck now in the National Hockey League, and that's something saying something.
And Dylan Larkin spending some time with new line mates playing with Michael Rasmussen and Patrick Kane since McClellan decided to switch things up.
Yeah, and he is interchangeable in the lineup. Well, Dylan Larkin will play with anybody, and I can say this about Dylan Larkin now at this stage of his career. He makes guys better around him. He proved that at the Olympics on an all-star team was one of the guys they leaned on. He comes back to Detroit. I thought he was outstanding in Ottawa, outstanding when he returned. So moving forward, he's going to be a guy that I got to think.
Alrighty, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Agreed, we need grit. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. No new trades on the market. Mangiapane being asked to waive his no trade clause, or no movement clause. He will be a Chicago Blackhawk.
Off to a good start in the month of March. So far this season, the Red Wings pulled a 3-1 lead over the Vegas Golden Knights after 40 minutes of play. We'll be right back with more from this intermission report brought to you by your Metro Detroit.
Join your friends and neighbors at Diamond Credit Union and experience banking that places the focus where it should be, on you. At Diamond, you'll feel the difference that a more personalized, dedicated approach can make. We meet you where you are, right inside your community, where we've been serving our members since 1937. Where local needs meet family treatment. Where high-tech meets high.
All right. So going to be a relatively chill second intermission here. Just going to kind of calm down, take a breather, and get ready for the third. It was a good second period, though. Some good offensive zone chances from both teams. The ask for Thomas is too high. I don't think St. Louis was truly serious. Well, the thing is with Thomas is, the way I see it, they don't have to trade him. Like, they're not scrambling to trade him like he's some kind of rental. They don't have to. That's why the price is pretty high and they're pretty firm on it. Because, again, he's 26 years old. He has a lot of term on his contract. He'll be in wherever he's going for probably the rest of his career. They don't have to. That's what some people don't realize. The ask is high, but you got to realize it's a guy who's on a pretty darn good contract, especially with the salary cap and the way it's projecting. He's relatively young. He's 27 years old. He's a center. Those guys don't really come by that often. I would argue in his prime, he is a top 20 center in the NHL. Maybe borderline top 20, but he's a very good center. So I think the ask makes sense, but it's high. And they're not budging on it because, again, they don't have to trade him. That's what some people don't realize. They don't have to trade Thomas. He's not like a rental who they're scrambling to move on from. That's the other thing that, I wanted to get across there. We've crossed over the 1,000 view mark of this commentary stream, nearly up to 1,500. Thank you all so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new, of course. And like the stream as well. It would be greatly appreciated. All right, so again, this is the countdown till period number 3. Falk would be a nice ad. Yeah, Falk would be good. I'm not saying he's a bad ad for Detroit. I'm just saying, why St. Louis. I don't know what you're responding to, Don, but I'm not saying he would be a bad fit for Detroit. I'm just saying that the ask for St. Louis is reasonable, and it makes sense. He is perfect for the Red Wings. He fits the timeline. He's got great age. He's a top 15. He's a not top 15, top 20 center, I would argue. Some would argue top 15 in his prime when he's playing at his best. Kind of a down year for him, but so are the St. Louis Blues. But Falk would be interesting. They just traded Parayko. We'll see what happens there with Justin Falk. But I don't know. I don't know. All right. So again, now we're just kind of taking a breather here, chilling out till the third. Let's take a look at the other scores around the NHL. Again, there's numerous other games going on in the National Hockey League here tonight. So while we wait for this game to resume, let's take a look at those. Let's actually go to scores. Schedule doesn't do it justice. All right. Current scores around the NHL. There is currently one other game going on besides this one. That is Maple Leafs and Devils. It's a 2-2 hockey game after 40 minutes of play. Gritsuk, Nylander, Meyer, and Michelli with the goals in that one. And then later on tonight, there are 3 10 p.m. commentaries. Hurricanes, Canucks, Islanders, Ducks, and Blues, Kraken. We will be live for Blues and Kraken. That is the second of 2 that we are doing here tonight. Haven't done the Kraken in a while. Haven't done the Blues in a while either. Kraken we haven't done in nearly 3 months. I had to do a Kraken stream. We're going to do 2 of them here over the next week. All right. Now we wait for the start of the third. Still got about 8 minutes or so till the start of period number 3. We will see if the Red Wings can hold down All right. 5.5 minutes still to the third. All right, 5 minutes to the third. Thank you all so much for being here in the commentary. It is greatly appreciated as we keep on grinding here on this channel. How did the Edvinson commentary clip do so far? Let's go take a look. Oh, not bad. 300 views. I'll take it. My short views have been actually down recently. It's all right. So don't worry. We'll have videos on the trades coming up here within the hour. Whether it's the Mackenzie Weegar trade or the Jason Dickinson to the Oilers trade. There's going to be a handful of videos that are just going to be cropped together at the end of the night. There was a few trades and news that I'm just going to put into one video. So hoping to see Kane get something tonight. Go Patty. Yeah, he got honored for that, for breaking the American record. Hopefully he'll be able to put something on the board here. Hope for the best. Doing the graphic for the Weegar trades and such so I can get those all set up and ready to go as I prep for the next stream. I'm not sure how much time I'll have, actually. Might not have enough time to make a video on it. We'll see. All right, third period coming up in just a moment. Stick around, everyone. All right, that's all good. Shots 18-15. Remember, Kraken Blues at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Stream start time 9:58. So we're 50 minutes away from that, barring the game going to overtime. If this game does go to extra time, we will obviously see a change in that, of course. But as of right now, that is still on.
Stop setback and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, depression, or suicidal thoughts before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or think you're going to...
Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 here between... Oop, that's not what I meant to do. Let's get ready for the start of period number 3 between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Detroit Red Wings. Second period recap. Your goals were scored by nobody. There were no goals in that middle frame as we get ready for the start of period number 3. And taking a look at your stats through 40. Shots were 18-15 in favor of Detroit. Faceoff percentage is now 53% in favor of the Red Wings. Power plays, Vegas 0 for 1. Detroit 0 for 3 here on the special teams in terms of that. Hits were 12-8 in favor of Vegas, and block shots were 8-3 in favor of Detroit. As we get ready for the start of period number 3 here in just a moment. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. There were 4 goals in the opening period, 0 in the second. How many will there be in the third? Period number 3 between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Detroit Red Wings. And we are underway. A little bit late there on the call yet again. But anyway, face-off won here by the Golden Knights. Anderson cross-ice pass off the boards and back down low into the Detroit zone for an icing against the Golden Knights to start. Vegas outshot Detroit 8-7 in that opening period. They are now looking to obviously reconvert and try and get some more shots and, more importantly, some more goals here on Cam Talbot, obviously. Face-off coming up now down low in the Vegas zone. Won by the wing. Shot on. Denied by Hill. Sherratt banks it off the boards behind the net. Anderson. Chip to the right side. Now Kolasar back to Shine, who battled for it. Colton Sissons now brings it through center. Backhanded down low into the Detroit zone. In the corner now, Vegas trying to play it free. It's Cole Smith, who is tied up behind the net. Grabbed quickly then by Sherratt. Sherratt off the boards to center. Anderson will play it down low now. Jeremy Lauzon will regroup with that puck for Vegas. Golden Knights trying to push. Here's Bowman through center. Shoots it on Talbot. He'll make the save and cover up. Trade rumor reports the Blue Oilers make move on Bennington. We'll see. Friedman said that the Oilers were out on goalies, so I'm gonna rely on Friedman. But I don't know. Bennington's been rumored to be moved as well. We'll see what happens there with him. Face off now in the Detroit zone. Larkin taking the draw against Eichel. Face-off won by Vegas. Barbashev. Cross-ice pass to Theodore. Theodore can't keep it in the zone. Stolen back then by the Golden Knights, who will chip it down low. Now Larkin will break this one through center. Cross-ice pass tipped back down low into the Vegas zone. Theodore now off the boards to Bowman. Stolen back then by Detroit. Cleared to center. Sider regroups with it now. Back over then for Larkin. Larkin pass through center. Racing forward is Rasmussen. Can't get there in time. It's another icing. An update here on some of the trade deadline moves. Mackenzie Weegar to the Mammoth for Olli Mata, Jonathan Castagna, and 3 second-round picks. Nick Blackenberg to the Avalanche in exchange for a 5th-round pick. And Jason Dickinson and Colton Dock to the Oilers in exchange for Andrew Mangiapane and a conditional 1st-round pick in 2027. Face off here now, won by the Red Wings. Dump back down low into the Vegas zone. Hill gives it back over then for Hannafin. Off the boards, Riley Smith will backhand that one to center, or at least he'll try to. Now Hannafin will come back in his own zone to regroup. Hannafin over then for Lazone through center. Puck is chipped back down low to the Red Wings end. Johansson on the right side to Brinkett. Cross ice pass off the boards for Raymond. Lucas Raymond now regroups. Pass back down low then for Johansson. Albert Johansson holds it now for Detroit. He'll look for options now. Pass through center. Tip back down low into the Golden Knights zone. Now Casper fighting with Theodore. Cleared off the boards. Then now Tomas Hertl moves it through center. 3-on-3. Hertl reverts back around. Pass up top to Theodore. Shea Theodore now on the right side, battling for it with Detroit. Now Sherratt with a rush the other way. Ben Sherratt shoots it on. It goes off of a Golden Knight and down low to the corner. Sandine Pellica will dump that one down low. Now Finney battling for it. McNabb will pick it up for Vegas. It's chipped off of Saad. Vegas will move it through center. Hertl reverts back in his own zone and regroups. Now Anderson gets it back here for Vegas. Anderson off the boards and cleared down low into the Detroit zone. Colasar to Colton Sissons. Sissons battling now with Smith. Sissons trying to throw a puck in front, jabbing at it, then taken back by Shine, who will bring it back the other way. 3-on-2 for Detroit. Down into the zone now, Comfer. Battling for it now. Bank back down low, Shine. Pass over. And Rasmussen can't convert. Now Anderson. Fighting here with James Van Riemsdyk. Will dump it down low. Hill out of his own net to play it. Will give it back then for Korzak, who regroups down low in the Vegas zone. Anderson battling for it then. Nearly a forced turnover there. Rasmussen gets it back. Below the line. Rasmussen to Kane. Battling forward in Anderson's legs. He'll get it away. Now Eichel. 2-on-3 now with Barbashev. He'll dump it into the Red Wings zone. JBD with Barbashev. Barbashev fans on the pass. Down low, Sherratt. Cleared up top. Korzak fires it on. And that one goes up and wide. Now Hannafin. Dumped around behind that Eichel in front. Trying to throw a pass there. It's stolen away. Hannafin at the point. Back to Eichel now down low. Eichel to Hannafin. Hannafin trying to deke around Larkin. Fires it. High and wide. Hannafin then for Barbashev. Barbashev to Eichel. He's blocked by JBD. Up top, Hannafin comes in. Will circle back around at the point. Hannafin to Korzak. Korzak below the goal line. Battling for it now with Kane. Kane picks it up for Detroit. Rasmussen to center. Korzak picks it back up over then for Eichel. Jack Eichel now dekes it through center. He'll dump that one into the Detroit zone. Raymond fighting with ASP. Johansson now below the line then for Detroit. Albert Johansson moves it through center. 14:50 left to go in the third. The Red Wings lead by 2. Mitch Marner will backhand that one down low now. Johansson off the boards for Kopp. Kopp up top then to Brinkett. Try to clear it out of the zone. Golden Knights get it back. Eichel, a shot denied there. Rebounds in front. And back down low to the corner. Now to Brinkett, steals it back. Pass ahead then to Raymond. Lucas Raymond to center. Holds it up top. Raymond down low then to Brinkett, battling for it. Golden Knights will regain the puck. Marner thrown to center. Now Edvinson holds it here for the Wings. Chipped off the boards then. Raymond to DeBrincat. Down low then to Raymond. Raymond fighting with Lazone. Below the line then. Up top, Sider to Edvinson. Edvinson shoots it on. It's blocked by Theodore. Now puck is played back up top. DeBrincat. Stolen back then by the Golden Knights, who will move it through center. Dumped in down low then by Anderson. Brandon Saad in the corner. Not a lot of chances here for either side. Golden Knights have even the shooting, though. Anderson battling with Casper. Edvinson will come and join on the fun. Cole Reinhardt there as well. It's chipped off the boards as the Red Wings win the battle. Now Sider will flip it to center. No icing. Jeremy Lazone. Low zone drops it back then to Hannafin. Noah Hannafin now through center will re-loop the puck back around yet again. Pass back over then for Eichel. Back to Hannafin. Chips it down low then into the Detroit zone. Red Wings struggling, or Golden Knights are struggling to get the shots on they need here. Now Kolasar looks for options now. Trying to get around Casper. Marco Casper battling for it there with him as well. Not a lot of whistles here either. On the right side, Casper fighting now with Smith. Golden Knights will gain the red line. Korzak can't get the shot on as he fans on the puck. That is not a great move there for Korzak. Had an open lane too. Red Wings will clear to center. 12:20 left to go in the third period. And an icing call here against Detroit. Shots are now 19-18 in favor of the Golden Knights. Cam Talbot with 18 saves on 19 shots. You can see some frustration here for the Golden Knights. Vegas on a back-to-back has kind of handled Detroit pretty well. They've kept things mostly in favor of them. Face-off again now in the Detroit zone is won back by the Golden Knights. Barbashev to Theodore, back up top. McNabb to Eichel. Eichel at the point. Will circle around now up top. Eichel tried deking in, fires it, save, rebound in front, denied by Talbot. What a stop by Cam Talbot. And we will head to break. The 20th shot of the game for the Golden Knights. And Cam Talbot keeps it a 3-1 hockey game here in the third. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. It would be very much so greatly appreciated. Don't forget, later on tonight, Blues and Kraken. Is our late night slate here on the channel. All right. It's been a good third period so far. Not a lot of chances, really, actually. It's just been kind of, all Vegas. No shots for Detroit in this third period. Welcome back, Mickey, as well. That's right, Mickey's back tonight. Forgot about that. Got some fist pumps for the boys. Are you fried? You got 150 on Vegas? I don't know. It's not looking good for you. Red Wings welcoming back Mickey on the big screen. And that's pretty cool to see. Everybody standing up, giving him an ovation. Mickey Redmond, one of the broadcasters for the Red Wings on FanDuel Sports Network. Long time Red Wings broadcaster. Face-off in the Red Wings zone, won by Detroit. Here's Dylan Larkin. Below the line now, battling forward with Barbashev. Larkin falls down to the ground. Now Barbashev fighting with Edvinson. 11:40 left to go in the third. Red Wings lead the Golden Knights by 2. Edvinson chipped off the boards, then back down low. Hill with the puck. Hill back to Theodore. Right side then. Kept in by Detroit. Sider to Kane. Throws a pass in front. Blocked. Kane up top to Edvinsson. Back to Kane down low who fights with Barbashev. Cleared off the boards to Edvinsson. Edvinsson to Larkin. Dylan Larkin now up top. Kane, cross-ice pass is broken up. Now Sider a shot. Blocked, rebound in front. Denied by Hill, if that even got on. And now here come the Knights the other way, a 3-on-2. Eichel to Theodore. Shoots it into the glove of Cam Talbot with 10:56 on the clock. And the Golden Knights just keep on trying to get the shots on, but to no avail. Cam Talbot has played awesome. Coming in relief of John Gibson on Monday is now the designated starter. In light of his injury, he's played well. Face-off won by Vegas. Marner a shot deflected wide. Now Rasmussen picks it up. He'll flick it back to center. Anderson grabs the puck back off the boards. Now Marner tried to play it down low. Now DeBrincat fighting with Hurdle. Sherratt to the right side. Red Wings will try and get it to center. Dorofiev over then for Marner. Marner up top to Anderson. Anderson dumps it around behind the net. Raymond cleared to center. Racing for it then the other way is Kopp. What a stick by Marner to get back and play it. Up top now for Raymond. Can't get it there in time. Red Wings will regroup here in their own end. Approaching the halfway mark of period number 3. The Red Wings still lead by 2. Korzak flicks it down low then. Sandin Pellico to Johansson. Tip back down low into the Vegas zone. Kolasar will regroup down low. Now Korzak here on the right side will move this one through center. Caden Korzak fighting with Finney. Stolen back then by the Knights. Kolasar backhands it down low into the Detroit zone. Again, the Red Wings playing structured defense. They're not letting Vegas get anything. Here's Appleton. Looks, fires it on Hill. And there's the first shot of the period for Detroit. Finney battling for it in the corner. Appleton picks up a loose puck. Edvinsson cross-ice pass comes to center. Crossed over the 2,000 view mark on this commentary stream. Thank you all so much. Here's Noah Hannafin. Hannafin now off the boards to Eichel. Eichel back over then Theodore. Banked over then for Bowman, who will dump it down low. Now Simone Edvinsson try to chip that one to center. Edvinsson backhands it back into the Golden Knights zone. Theodore to Barbashev. Ivan Barbashev here now trying to take it into the Detroit zone. Now below the line. Bowman in front. Eichel off the post. And Talbot covers up any rebound that's there. The frustration continues for Vegas. Shots are 20 to 19 in favor of the Golden Knights. And it's a 2-goal lead for Detroit still. Man, you guys remember 2019? What a year that was. So 8:37 left to go in the third period. Red Wings lead the Golden Knights 3-1. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. We have 35 likes here on this commentary stream. That's awesome. Thank you all so much for the support.
High cholesterol and weight gain may occur, as can high blood sugar, which may be fatal.
All right, now we await the latter half of this third period. Really good opening period by Detroit. They took advantage after Riley Smith scored in the first minute and then scored 3 unanswered to this point. Shots now 22-19 as they give some shots back to Vegas. It was Finney, Edvinson, and DeBrincat who gave the Red Wings the goals in the first. And since then, those have been the difference makers. And some would argue Cam Talbot has been as well, as he has had to face 15 shots over the last 40 minutes since they took the lead. He's played awesome. Eichel up top, Barbashev back to Eichel now trying to play it through center. Barbashev to the point. Hannafin in front. They score! The Golden Knights have cut the lead to 1. It's Ivan Barbashev who picks up a rebound in front. And Cam Talbot had absolutely no chance on that one. It's now 3-2. Ivan Barbashev from Rasmus Andersson and Noah Hannafin finally breaks through Cam Talbot. And the Golden Knights are now within 1. We got a hockey game here, folks. To what seemed like a very slow-moving period here, the Golden Knights have ramped things up. Shots are now 7-1 in favor of Vegas in this third period. And for the Red Wings, we got to pick it up here. Face-off won by the Golden Knights. They dump it down low into the Red Wings zone. Edvinson battling for now with Kolasar. Comfort trying to get it free as well. Played back up top. Shot on goes wide of Talbot. Anderson flicks it in the air, then the Kolasar. Kolasar now battling with Edvinson. Now Finney fighting for it here at the line. Sissons gets it back for Vegas. Sissons to Bowman. Back to Sissons. Shoots it on. Wide of Talbot. Bowman up top. Anderson a shot. And that one goes wide as well. Kolasar now battling for it in the corner. Time winding down in the third. The Golden Knights have come within 1. Sissons' a shot goes wide. Now Comfer battling for it here below the line. It's picked back up then by Seider. Moritz Seider holds it down low then for Detroit. Edvinson chips it off the boards then to Raymond. Raymond to DeBrincat. DeBrincat broken up. Cross ice pass. Sandin Pellikka down the right side. It's broken up then by Vegas once again. Cleared all the way back to center. Now Alex DeBrincat will bank it off the boards. ASP over then for Johansson. And chip back down low into the Golden Knights zone. That'll be an icing with 6:54 left in the third. And I try and match it up, and even still then I screw it up. 54, buddy. Thank you all, as always, for tuning into the commentary. It's greatly appreciated. We'll be live for Blues and Kraken. That is the later commentary here on the schedule. Face-off won by Vegas. Hannafin up top, trying to deke into the zone. Circles around, fires it on. Broken up then by Kopp. And cleared all the way back into the Golden Knights zone for another icing against Detroit. And you guys know that I'm not biased in these streams. I call it the way I see it. And the way that I'm seeing it right now, the Golden Knights are kind of dominating Detroit here in this third period. The shots are 7-1 in favor of the Golden Knights. And you got to hope that Cam Talbot can hold things down. Here's Dorofeev trying to dump this one down low. Now Anderson gets it back below the line. Rasmus Anderson back to Raymond. Raymond will flip it back to center. Now Kasper picks it up then for the Wings. Marco Kasper down low now, battling for that puck. As it is dumped back into the Red Wings zone, we are now approaching crunch time. My stream was a little bit delayed. I apologize, guys. Going to speed up play here a little bit. My stream was delayed. Down low here now, Anderson. Anderson over then for Sissons. Don't spoil. Do not spoil. Puck is banked out to center. Hannafin to the right side. Clears it down low into the zone. Red Wings will dump it back around then. DeBrincat fighting with Dorofiev. Cole Smith there as well. Cleared up top to Korzak. Below the line, Johansson. 4:20 left to go in the third. Johansson now takes it back behind the net. So we sped up play a little bit as my stream was a little bit delayed. Had a feeling I was. Sometimes that happens. Here's Lazone battling forward with Edvinsson. Korzak off the boards now with 3:55 to go. Appleton to center. Golden Knights will break it ahead. Broken up then at the line is Dorofiev. Now Sider gets it back down low. Keep an eye out for Aiden Hill. They will likely try to pull him if they get the chance. Korzak will dump it into the zone. Sider will backhand it up, stolen back by Hurdle up top. Theodore shoots it wide of Talbot. Wraparound chance in front. They score! I think Mitch Marner got that puck in front. And we are tied at 3 here in the third. Guys, stop spoiling. Mitch Marner picks up his 60th point of the game. I think it was Marner who got the goal. He was the one that was celebrating afterwards. As the puck banked around behind the net, wraparound pass, and yeah, Mitch Marner. The Golden Knights finally break through Cam Talbot. And they have tied the game. So there you go. 3:19 to go in the third. Puck is banked all the way out to center. Now Bowman comes in with speed. Jacob Bernard Docker on the right side will flip it to center. Shea Theodore. Pass back to McNabb. McNabb cleared to center. Bowman. Battling on the right side to Eichel. Moves to center. Shoots it up in the air. And out of play with 2:54 on the clock. So Barbashev and Marner here in this third period. Assist on both those goals. Anderson and Hannafin for the Barbashev goal. And then Hurdle and Theodore for the Marner goal. Mitch Marner now a multi-point game. And we are tied at 3 apiece here heading into the latter stages of the third period. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. And we will see what happens here in the later stages of period number 3 in just a moment. Could we get extra time? I was hoping not, so I could make a video on the Uyghur trade. But doesn't look like I'll get that lucky, which is fine. I'm not complaining about extra hockey. Not at all. Especially with implications like this, definitely not. Tough to see Detroit continuing the struggle on clearing the D zone. Yeah, they have been dominated. Shots are 8-1 in favor of Vegas in this third period. It's been a pretty rough one here for Detroit in terms of the shooting department in this third period. The Golden Knights, I mean, again, you give them enough room, you give them enough opportunities, they're going to come back. Cam Talbot couldn't hold it down forever. And it's come back to bite them in the butt. And we are now tied. Hopefully Detroit can bounce back and potentially get the win here later on in the hockey game. Is there still time? Alrighty, time for the latter half of the third period. The Golden Knights have come back and tied the game. Ivan Barbashev and Mitch Marner. Golden Knights have 84 goals in the third period, most in the entire NHL. And they have come back here in the second and taken the lead. Face-off in the Red Wings zone is blown dead due to a violation. They will do it again. It'll be DeBrincat taking the draw for Detroit. Face-off won by Hurdle. Anderson, cross-ice pass, broken up then by the Red Wings. Kopp, fans on a pass to DeBrincat and stolen back then by Marner. Here's Mitch Marner. Cross-ice pass is broken up by Raymond. Kopp flicks it down low. DeBrincat cleared off the boards to center. Dorofiev takes this one now through center. Now Johansson back for Kopp. Raymond is tripped, and that's a penalty. The Red Wings will go to the power play here late in the third period. It's going to be Tomas Hurdle who will head to the box. And a massive opportunity for Detroit to potentially take the lead yet again late in the third period. The Golden Knights have kind of dominated things here in terms of the offense. The Red Wings will have until 23 seconds to go in the third to take the lead. Who do I pick to win? I'm still going with Detroit. I'm still going with the Wings. It'll be DeBrincat, Larkin, Raymond, Seider, and Kane. Face-off in the Golden Knights zone, won by Detroit. Seider up top. Back to Raymond. Raymond below the line, Larkin to Kane. Patrick Kane looks for options. Kane to Seider. To Raymond, a shot tipped by Theodore. Now Kane on the right side. Larkin battling for it down low, cleared back up top. Raymond below the line. Larkin to Seider. To Kane. Pass over, denied, rebounds in front. Raymond looks, pass up top. Seider can't take the shot. Not enough time. Seider, puck is tipped by Sissons. And out of play. Whistle blown. And Dylan Larkin is down. He'll get up on his own. The trainer comes out. But Larkin was knocked down to the ground. He is slow off the ice. That is not a good sign. We'll see the replay here. Comes after a cross check from Braden McNabb. Larkin falls into Colton Sissons. And that is a major cross check there for McNabb. Larkin is hurt. And he's heading to the room. He's done for the night. Hopefully he's okay. You obviously never wish for injuries to happen. And not a good situation there either for the Detroit captain. And now the Red Wings will have to play without their leader. Raymond to Seider. Back to DeBrincat. Raymond to Seider up top. He kind of fumbles the puck a little bit. Keeps it in the zone. Seider to Kane. Kane on the right side to Seider up top. Fires it wide of Hill. I think they got a piece of Hill. Kane to Raymond. To Seider. Back to Raymond. Raymond up top. Down low then DeBrincat. DeBrincat back to Raymond. Lucas Raymond here on the right side looks for options. Down low to DeBrincat. DeBrincat to Raymond. To Seider. Back to Kane. Final minute of play in regulation. Red Wings got to shoot it. Kane in front. Save. Rebounds there. Kopp jabbing at it. Raymond a shot. Now DeBrincat can't get it. It's blocked. Rebounds there. And back to the right side. Kept out somehow, some way. Here's Kane. Fires it. Blocked. Eichel will clear it all the way back into the Red Wing zone. 33 seconds to go. Whistle's blown. And there's a high stick call here on the Red Wings. That's why the whistle was blown. So the faceoff will come back to the Detroit zone. And there you go. 30 seconds left in the third. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Face-off won by Detroit. Here's Sherratt through center. Tipped off the boards. Here's the DeBrincat pass over. It's in the crease. They score! They're waving it off. No goal. Mason Appleton put it in. The puck was in the back of the net, but the referee signaled no goal immediately. And we'll see the replay here as to what it is. The puck did cross the goal line. It must have been it was batted into the net. I'll have to see the replay. I couldn't tell in real time. It was Sherratt to Finney, chipped it into the zone. Was it really? You're going to have to really slow this down here. Let's see. Oh, no. That puck might have already crossed the line. Appleton batted it in with his hand, but that puck might already be across the goal line. The call on the ice was no goal. You really can't tell from this angle. I think the goal line angle will help us out a lot. Let's take a look. Yeah, no, that's coming back. That's not a goal. No goal. Yeah, no. So there you go. No goal there, and we will play on. Face-off won by the Wings. They dump it down low to the Vegas zone. Hill. Back to Hanifin. Off the boards to Barbashev. Here's Eichel now through center. 5 seconds left. Offsides against Vegas with 5 seconds to go on the clock. Now I wonder if Appleton didn't bat that puck in, it still would have went in, but it doesn't look like it would have. At least that's what I think from the angle that I see. Face-off coming up here now outside of the Red Wings zone. Shots are 25-23 in favor of Detroit. Face-off won by the Knights. Anderson shoots it in on Talbot. It goes wide, and we are headed to extra time here in Little Caesars Arena. 60 minutes was not enough. We will get overtime here from Vegas. That will do it. It is going to be 5-minute overtime, followed by a shootout if there is still a tie game. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. If you enjoy the commentary, subscribe down below. Like the stream as well. How did we get here? Let's go through the whole game. Riley Smith opened up the scoring, followed by 3 unanswered Detroit goals. Emmett Finney, Simone Edvinsson, and Alex DeBrincat. It stayed that way until about 9.5 minutes to go in the third, where Barbashev made it a 3-2 hockey game, and then not long afterwards, Mitch Marner tied the game, and we are now headed to overtime here in Detroit. A brief history and going back in the commentary streams and who has scored overtime winners for both these teams in commentaries. The Red Wings, Andrew Kopp is the only player in a Watch with Nordic live commentary to score an overtime goal. For Vegas, it's a list. You have Ivan Barbashev. Brett Howden is not playing in this game, obviously. And then Mark Stone and Jack Eichel are the 3 who have scored. Who wins? We'll find out here in overtime. Drop your overtime predictions in the comment section. Who is scoring the overtime winner? Drop it down below. Thank you all very much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. We'll wait for the start of overtime. Again, Detroit missing Dylan Larkin, who went down with injury. It'll be Kopp, Raymond Sider versus Eichel. And there comes Larkin. Larkin's back. Dylan Larkin is back. He is back from the bench as we get ready to start overtime here from Detroit. Face-off won by the Golden Knights. Anderson carries it into the zone, drops it back to Barbashev. Barbashev will come back to center. Barbashev to Eichel. Eichel to Anderson. Rasmus Andersson now holds the puck back to Eichel now, who will try to move it through center. Eichel comes into the zone, drop back to Barbashev. Barbashev will clear to center. Rasmus Andersson now holds it for the Knights. Now Jack Eichel down the right side, shoots it off of Talbot, and back to center. The game's not over yet, guys. Here's Shea Theodore. Down below in the defensive zone, cheers roar in the arena as Larkin gets back on the ice. Here's Marner. Bringing it now through center, back to Theodore. Theodore up top to Dorofeev. Dorofeev comes in, denied by Talbot. And now here come the wings. It's Larkin to Seider, 2-on-1. Seider with the break hit. Seider a shot, denied by Hill. Golden Knights will come back and regroup in their own end. Theodore. Over then for Dorofeev. Dorofeev to Eichel. Jack Eichel comes in, looks, waits, fires it wide. Dorofeev now to Hannafin. Hannafin will throw it back into the Golden Knights zone. Cross-ice pass from Hill to Eichel. Down low, then Barbashev comes in, just wide, and a penalty coming against the Red Wings. Penalty coming up against Detroit. And the Golden Knights, here in the overtime frame, will go to the power play. Shots are 26-24 in favor of the Wings. And it was Bowman who was on the 1-0 breakaway. And it's Simone Edvinsson who is forced to the box. 4-on-3 power play for Vegas. Golden Knights tonight are 0 for 1 on the power play. No team has scored on the power play yet tonight. Face-off here now in the Detroit zone. It's won by the Red Wings. Eichel takes it back down low, however. Golden Knights will set up. Anderson at the point. It's 4-on-3 till the penalty is over. And then a whistle. We're back to 3-on-3. Here's Marner. Right side. Hurdle in front. He scores! The overtime winner and the comeback is complete. Tomas Hurdle in overtime. And the Golden Knights defeat the Red Wings. Two goals in the third period and an overtime winner from Tomas Hurdle, who picks up his second point of the night. Mitch Marner with a 3-point night as well. Anderson with 2 points. And the Golden Knights win the game 4-3 in overtime, your final score. Well, there you go. Tomas Hurdle scores the overtime winner. That'll be his first OT winner in a commentary stream. Becomes the 6th different Golden Knight to win a game in overtime. And there you go. Golden Knights defeat the Red Wings on OT. Well, that will do it for me. Thank you all so much for tuning in and being in the commentary. I greatly appreciate it. We will be live in about 5 minutes or so for Kraken and Blues. That'll be the 10 p.m. commentary stream. Stream will start in about 7 minutes or so. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new.